Easy gun, 2, 1, plant.
Oh my god.
Denied! He got it!
He's gonna try and take down this Juno. Artillery shell's gonna be coming out, and he does get the pick.
It's a chance of ending it.
Yep. Nice counter.
Evangelos again in shake!
What is going on here?
Half. And the game goes to the Pioneers, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the gathering place down here at Marietta College. It is Marietta Esports with Overwatch versus Stevenson University tonight. You know, new season, new semester. It's Overwatch, you know? After a pretty rough year last year, I think they're coming back, and I'm joined by my co-caster, Mackenzie. You might remember her from League of Legends, Overwatch. She was keeping the place warm while I was on academic probation. You know, she did a very good job at it, and I'm very proud of her for their casting skills that are still going, you know, getting good. You can say that. So, obviously, what are you excited for this match tonight?
Yep, I'm really excited. I know the players have been working really hard.
Yeah.
And I know that they can do. I believe in them.
Exactly. And again, of course, it is this game. So we're going to be looking at this Overwatch roster with the starting 5 being the ones that you would expect. OPNees and Portal Runner, the tandem duo in the front, make up the 1 and 2. Bean the Hun, and Juggernaut make up the 3 and the 4, and we'll have Stout Vessel, the DPS, rounding out the 6 here, very obviously. And again, we are just waiting for the maps to come in, and once those maps come in, we will show those maps. But again, announcements. Obviously, we do have some announcements. The next time that will happen is obviously Counter-Strike. That will happen Monday the 7th. That was very much rescheduled. Monday the 7th at, I believe it's 7 p.m. I believe that is whenever we will get more information on whether that will be streamed or not, considering that it conflicts with Marvel Rivals, which we do have now next match being February 10th. And then the next one being, of course, Overwatch. The next match being February 13th. And I'm trying to see if we have it. No. But coming up soon, there will be a 24-hour stream. Details to come for that. I do believe that might be that. I don't think it's... we're still waiting on the details. So, very quickly, obviously, here, take another look at a few things before we get going here. We're always recruiting. That's right, we're recruiting for this next part. We have Fortnite, League of Legends, Overwatch 2, Rainbow Six, Marvel Rivals, Rocket League, Smash Brothers, and Valorant. And you can always go to your link here. More information found at linktr.ee, Marietta Esports, obviously, and tryouts. That's right, it's not a lie. We do get paid money to do this, you know. We have scholarships for this esports program, and again, you can do all this. The next visit that would be in person would be the Winter Open House, Monday, February 16th, 2026. And of course, if you can't come in person, we completely understand. You can always come virtual, you know, fill out the recruitment inquiry form, schedule the tryout, and join the Discord server where you will be greeted by this lovely face, our head coach, Derek Games. Speaking of coaches, I did forget to mention Coach Argo of the Overwatch team. He has been working very hard. I am very interested to see what they were really focusing on over this break to, of course, you know, improve, as that's what is going on. The map bans, I believe, are coming in. The map pick, the first one will be Ilios. And the map, and of course, this year we are doing something a little different. Much like in Marvel Rivals, there is now hero bans. So, of course, we're going to update this really quickly so you guys can see what we're seeing right now. Of course, the first map pick will be Ilios, the control point in this best of 5 series. Obviously, the new hero bands, I think, is what kind of catches me off guard. Because with hero bands, you've seen what happens with the okay. You've seen what happens with our with Rainbow Six and how the operator bands can really shake up things. And of course, our OPNs. There's only one OPNs in this server. OPNs banning Winston, the dive tank. Obviously, a lot of buffs to him and nerfs over these past few years. But again, these hero bans are going to shake up the round. They really kind of cut things off. Cassidy is always a huge one. All set, just stand by. Again, we are getting some ready checks in here. I'm going to just go ahead and say that we are ready. We are ready as well. Production is ready for this. And I believe everybody is ready for this. I mean, we've been waiting for a pretty long time. We've already had a few matches. Marvel Rivals lost and kind of we don't really talk about it. Let's put it that way. And then, of course, you had the Rainbow Six match yesterday that went into overtime. I mean, always in overtime. That's why they got that award. They kind of kept it close, persevered, and lost I don't think the score does it justice. I don't think that 2-1 does it justice to just really how much they fought. Like they fought so hard for that. And I think that Overwatch 2 is going to come out of the gate quick. Our Overwatch team, of course, keeping the normal with Portal Runner. We're going to see some blades with him. You're going to hear me start yelling at the top of my lungs about the blade. Anytime he has that blade, that's when things happen. And I think OPNs now is going to play support because he played DPS last semester.
Yeah, he played DPS. Yeah. He's decided to switch to support because he decided to be better for the team.
Exactly, better for the team. Of course, Bean coming in, reprising his role as the tank, and Stout and Portal being the DPS duo. Now we are getting into the game. Everything is ready to go here for this first match. If it will work. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So
I saw an interesting ban from the enemy team. Actually, it seemed like they banned Cass.
They did ban Cassidy. Obviously, the Cassidy being one of the more readily available heroes to ban. The hit scan hero himself with that flashbang. But of course, this is going to be the control point. If anyone remembers classic Overwatch, I believe it was like 12 hogs, 1 pit. I think that was the 12 hogs, 1 pit. That was the game that you would play. Obviously, unless they have changed the spectator options here. Then there we go. So obviously our hero picks coming in already. Stout will play the hit. Speaking of hit scan, Stout will play the hit scan herself. Sojourn, Portal Runner, will play that Genji that we all know him for. And of course, Ben going back, reprising his role as Ramatra. That is not the right place at all. And OPN's Juggernaut playing that new hero. That new hero that we all love and know about here. And Wu Yang, I think is his name.
Oh, getting picked early here.
Exactly. The support role might not be his best one. Oof. Yeah, and again, I am struggling right now to figure out how to use these options because they have changed. And of course, going straight back to Portal Runner here. He's gonna probably poke around a little bit, get the heck out of there quickly as he can.
Like we just reset here.
Yeah, probably resetting for the vibes. Not really for the vibes. We're not gonna have a Kingsman incident in this place. I hope not. I pray to the guy. Pray we don't. And now it's OPNs and Portal fixing to engage. Won't engage, but instead we'll just kind of poke here. Yeah, there's that diva right there. And the only difference in comp being that the Stevenson is running a oh my gosh, a Freya and a I can never remember her name. Venture. Freya Venture. Freya Venture comp here. And now Ben will get it. Yeah. Ben will get the pick there. And again, just a lot. Portal will not get that pick there. I need to figure out how to use it. Obviously, very quickly here. Finally figuring out Stout Vessel. So there we go. There's Stout Vessel. There is Portal Runner. There is Ben, who's in the spawn room. Open and Juggernaut. So Stout just waiting for that. Of course, 3 ults online for Stevenson. The Diva Bomb, the Bolt, the Gravity Bolt. I don't exactly know what it's called. The Bola Shot. And the Excavation Initiation. Portal Runner is going to fix to engage here. And he's going to get picked off by the Venture and Diva combo there. A nasty combo. We'll just get that restorative stream from Juggernaut. We'll just start that working up. Excavation Initiation of ult has been used. Stout Vessel gonna just pop in and get absolutely face checked there. I don't know what he was thinking face checking that, but I think it's all down to Portal, who's now 83, and we'll just unfortunately get absolutely face checked again. The Pioneers are, yeah, they're gonna have to touch, but not being able to, and that's gonna be a first round win. A first round for this map.
Seems like we're a little rusty here. Our team needs to lock in.
Kind of needs to lock in, or it could just, you know, shaking off the rust, getting back into that synergy again. But again, we saw a few of the things that they probably worked on. They are learning new rules. They are learning different things. So obviously, it's going to be shaky at the start. I mean, nobody is perfect. No team is perfect. But again, I cannot be too upset with that. Of course, although I don't know about that. Healing needs to be up a little bit more, but still.
It looks like we switched to the Juno here.
We did switch to the Juno, and Ben is now going to play
Hazard, his main, his love.
The Hazard coming out here. Hopefully it will be hazardous for the other team. Again, Portal is one to fake first contact, coming out that Diva. Just kind of playing as an assassin. The assassin, it's in his blood. Stout just kind of poking there. And I think Ben is in the middle of a brawl. Yes, he is. Open will fall. So is Ben. Portal is kind of stuck in the corner as well. Not much you can do against, you know, those cannons. And Jug also falls. And it's just going to be a team wipe from Stevenson. And again, a rough start to this match.
A very rough start indeed.
Let's hope that those woes do not continue, as Ben's going to go on a flank, Portal's going on a flank, everybody's going to start flanking here. The Venture is right there. They have to take care of this Venture, and I think Stout knew that. Open will fall as he swaps over to Iluni. Oh my god, Ilari, thank you. Iluni, holy cow, there is no... I'm crazy for that one, that's for sure. But I don't think what's real crazy is this. A Portal fell off the map. Portal did fall off the map there. A little bit of a reset there. Again, resetting, dying as quickly as possible. Now they're pushed very far back into their spawn. Open has to just wait out what is left of this push before he can even think about doing anything.
This Diva is just a very big problem for us, we're a very pokey team.
Exactly. With the Diva being this issue might unfortunately be all that she wrote. Hopefully not, but there's Portal. Ben is touching the point, so he is on this point right now with nothing, and he will just stay there, and he will get absolutely knocked out there. Now Portal has to back off. Juggernaut and Ben are down, so that's one more. Ooh, Stout is out there. Open gets one, but I think it's all down to Portal, who will fall. And again, a stagger is not what we need, but it looks like the next respawn wave will bring them both back. 70%. And now, Wu Yang has ult, so does Diva, so this ult cycle will be online for Stevenson, but not the Pioneers. I think that's kind of what they're missing. They need those ults to come out. Now Ben is stuck out, trying to do something, anything. They're trying to find something, anything. And there's the first ult being used. It will be that Tide ult. Reverse the tide, or whatever he just said right there. There's the Bola shot coming out. Ben is jumping this Juno, and he will get the one Juno, but at the cost of everybody else on Marietta falling. He has a touch point, and there's the team wipe overtime, and that's a very quick 2-0 from Stevenson. Unfortunately, and I think that's going to be very quickly talked about here, very quickly cleared up. And updating over here, We do not need to see that play of the game. But 0-2 on this Ilios. A map that they're kind of, you know, that they have played before. But I don't know if it's just rust from the team coming out or just at the same time.
You might be a little rusty here. They might actually switch out Stonebreaker.
Probably, they might. But again, an 0-2. And yeah, first time chat from Roman. Hold on, we do play Rainbow Six Siege here. But also at the same time, they might switch to Stonebreaker. Maybe they need to change it up a bit. Upon this tank, they build thy team, maybe. I don't know. But I think it's just a little bit of the rust coming out. And you have to knock that off. You have to knock off for the communication to come through. I mean, it wasn't a lack of comms. Yeah, we could hear them from we could hear them in our not soundproof room, please. We do need the soundproofing. But you know how it is. I feel like, again, it's first match. They have to shake off the rust. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to see them come alive in this next couple of maps.
I think we're going to take it back here.
Exactly. So we're going to go on a very quick break after that was very, very quick. That was 15 minutes. Not give or take about 5 for the casting, but you know, we're going to go on a very quick break here. And when we come back, it will be, I believe, a push map. I think it's either that or a hybrid.
I think it's a hybrid.
Hybrid will be next when we return. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Of course, the Bat picks coming in, New Junk City being the pick, and the Venture being banned. Of course, the Venture, kind of an issue in the last map, so they're going to take that out. I would say that maybe banning Venture was not the best idea because we have someone who does play Venture, has a little bit of time on him, but I also think it's short-term pain for long-term gain. I think that is kind of what the situation is here. Just hearing some of the players talk, I think that's kind of what the situation is. Just like how Apex GP and F1 the movie was doing that tire situation with Plan C. I think short-term pain, long-term gain is the goal here. Of course, the new map being New Junk City. Flashpoint here, so rules are different. I'm sure people understand that 2 has not been taken off of the Overwatch yet, although it is coming in the very near future with 5 new heroes. I mean, it's just real crazy to think that.
Ooh.
The Kiriko just got banned. I'm going to repeat that. The Kiriko just got banned. So, I think that was kind of a target.
That is not going to be good for our Juggernaut.
That's not going to be good for Jug. But I wonder, though, Kiri is not exactly the best. Kiri is a good healer for the Suzu, the sustain that she has, and there's the ability to headshot. Like, the second that they put a headshot healer into this game, that's not Illari. I'm just sitting here going, what was the point of that?
Yeah.
But you know how overpowered she's been. But at the same time,
Honestly, it might not be the worst.
Again, it might not be the worst because they can't play Kiri. We can't play Kiri. We lose Kitsune. But I wonder if Jug has been playing something else.
Jug has been playing Wu Yang a lot. I
So,
think he played it last map, actually.
Yeah, Wu Yang.
And,
So OP Knees was
OP
playing.
Knees.
OP Knees was playing.
He was
Kiri.
playing Kiri.
I
But
also
he
saw him
switched
play
to
Ana.
Alari.
It's probably Ilari, Ana, I'd have to think, because this isn't Rainbow
Yeah.
Six Siege. There's not going to be a mirror ban every time.
Mm-mm.
But I'm pretty sure that just like Rainbow Six, there are going to be staple bans for maps, and I think that Kiri is going to be one of them as well.
I wonder if they'll run the same healers for them, the Wu Yang and
Yeah,
Juno.
Wu Yang, Juno. I think maybe that's going to work. First time chatter, Shadow Wolf, what's up? How you doing? Yeah. Welcome. We are just waiting for everything right now, and I think we are just waiting for our. Just gonna say that we are ready. So, I think they're again talking about it right now, just kind of comps and everything.
Mhm.
But I think that Kiri ban did really throw a wrench into the works, in my opinion.
We've always played with a Kiri.
We've always played with a Kiri. In my very unprofessional, un-Overwatch opinion, just from the outside looking in, Kiri has always been a huge part of this team comp, from the Kitsune Rush to the Suzu. Now, obviously, the new character that was released, the Phoenix character, I'm just going to call Phoenix, I can never remember her actual name, she cannot be played. Just like how when Scopos was first released and Deadpool was released, they cannot be played.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 weeks until they
Yeah,
can
2
play it.
weeks until they can be played. And I watched the team lab that character before the game. Oh boy. I think yikes. All I'm gonna say is that it's gonna be a barbecue. They call it Waco, Texas. What a cookout. It's gonna be a barbecue. It's gonna be Waco. It's gonna be a Waco ATF incident if we actually get a comp playing around that with the self-res, and we're going, obviously you hear that. We are ready for this. Here, our Captain OP Knees out there. We are ready.
We just got the R from the enemy team as well, so
Exactly. We're gonna do
starting.
something very quickly here. Good. Start on the right here. So, again, I was looking for it in a certain area, but interesting. Anyway, New Junk City. Welcome to New Junk City.
Not exactly my favorite map.
I can agree. I do have some trauma just looking at this as a support player myself. Rip my Juno every time I would. Okay, I was just making sure we could hear it. But obviously, the 1 and the 2. Oh, this is an interesting composition here. The 1 and the 2, Stout Portal. We will see the new character. Portal will be playing the new sword character. I cannot remember her name for the life of me.
Goodness, neither can I.
No, but I'm pretty sure it will be.
She's sort of just like Magic from Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, Magic from Marvel Rivals. Stout playing, of course, everybody's favorite robot, Bastion. And now Ben is going to be playing a new one for the composition. Zarya, OP is going to Alari, and Juggernaut is going to be playing the Moira. So obviously we're going to stick on Portal here. He loves those sword characters. And I don't think this is any exception. A lot of poke coming out here. And again, for Stevenson, you see Wu Yang, and ooh, it will be Vendetta falls, and that's a almost team wipe there. Ben is just there. Don't stand on the spike ball was the call from OP Knees. I wonder if they're talking about the oh my gosh. See, this is what happens when you go on academic probation. You forget how to cast, unfortunately. But standing on the Canadian herself, the little ball that she gives out, obviously. Sojourn, thank you, Canadian. I said Canadian.
Like, I didn't know who you're talking about, and I was like, oh, Sojourn.
Canadian. I just have to say Canadian, and it's like, oh, that's Sojourn. And again, Portal waiting for something. We'll go on that. The double jump goes there, and he will get one. All right, there we go. Finally.
Kill.
Getting
down one of the healers.
Yeah, one heal is out. One healer is out. Wu Yang is out. And now they're on this point. And again, there is that. Yeah, they get the capture. So we finally get some percentage on the board. the first percentage of the Overwatch 2 new year, I suppose you could call it. It's the year of the horse after all, and OPN's right there, just kind of poking, making sure Juggernaut just using that beam to get everybody else out. OPN's, I think the difference between going from DPS to support is just how little health you have. You would think that with everything that the healers have to do, that they would have a little bit more health. No, that health goes quick. That 225 health can go very quickly. But if you have enough sustain, that can basically feel like a million. And of course, here we go, the Zarya. Our Zarya Ben, the Hun, is waiting for it by Amore. Will not get anything except OPN's and Stout are two casualties of war. Juggernaut has also fallen. He does have the Coalescence ready, but Portal Runner will just back out of the fight, rightfully so, to reset with the Vendetta, blocking as much as he can, do much of anything else there.
Looks like there's going to be one more team fight for this flashpoint here. And also, I do want to say, it looks like Jug is on the Moria. He is really, really good at playing there.
Exactly. I mean, it's very hard to not be throwing out that stun, but again, it still requires a certain level. You would think somebody that has a blink and you're out of there. It still requires a certain amount of skill. And again, the blocking satellite vector, 2 ults out for Stevenson. I think they're just gonna get the heck out of there. Portal Runner does fall to the salvos from this Juno. And Ben just popping a few of the bubbles, and now it's a huge push as he gets shish kebabbed by the Orisa Javelin. And now it's Wu Yang going there. Juggernaut popping his ult, receive his aid, surrender to his will. The Coalescence popping out, ready for it. Portal Runner can smell blood in the water, and I think it's only going to be his blood that is spilled.
We're getting speared.
I know, getting speared by that. There you go, Genji no Gyokude, the blade coming out. Normally, when that happens, you hear it from Portal, but it's not going to be that. The form not going to do much, get stunned up against the wall. Portal now does have this Vendetta ult, which is a straight line kind of a deal. A straight line kind of a deal. It's now down to OPN's. First flashpoint does go to Stevenson. So, ready for that. They're trying to get something, anything. Portal, I think, might have overstayed his welcome. He does, unfortunately. Ult's coming online for Marietta now. So, will these ults be able to turn the tide of a match that looks like it's kind of one-sided right now? And they are on the Wu Yang is getting a little bit of hits. Oh my gosh. I don't know how OPN's got out of there, but he did nonetheless. The Captive Sun is ready to go, and I think they're just waiting for certain players to get back. They're about to engage, although I don't know how they're going to do that if Portal Runner falls. Portal Runner does take out one, though. So 1-for-1 trade, a 1-for-1 trade here. Buy one, get one free, so to speak. OPN's gets another one. He solos this dude. Wow, this Juno is on him, though. Will he win the duel? They do. And he's not gonna be able to solo this one, but Juggernaut will be able to get in. Juggernaut assisting Stout Vessel in taking down the Orisa, and they do capture this point here.
It looks like they didn't use a single ult there, actually.
No, and I'm wondering if they're waiting to use it because this Graviton Surge could completely change the map if used correctly, and the Graviton Surge will be used. And here we go. The Orbital Strike also coming out. Stout and Portal combining for one. Portal, it has not used his ult yet. Juggernaut gets another. Ben gets another. And that 4 out of the 5 down for Stevenson. And that's how you play it. That's how you do some Overwatch.
Very beautiful there. It looks like they only used 2 ults. They have 3 more for the next
Exactly.
game.
Captive Sun, Vendetta's ult, and the Coalescence here.
Opie hitting a really nice shot there, actually.
Yeah, the healing pylon going out, and now he sees this Genji. He knows where this Genji is. And that's just another comm to the team. Again, communication, huge in this game. Surrender to his will. The Captive Sun, and charging up the ult. The first ult will have major damage there. Huge there. Huge there. One of them is out. The Coalescence will get much. Ben will get another one. Ben will get another one. He is full charge right now. So that's when he gets very dangerous. 96, 97, 98, and I think Stevenson is just going to give out this point 1-1. Then now you see them activate. Now the rust is coming off. Maybe it was just a little bit of rust. Maybe they just needed to have a warm-up. Maybe they just needed to get, maybe a bit of a reality check. But now that reality check has happened, they've locked in. Unfortunately, you cannot see the faces of our players. I don't know what is going on with that. We are still working behind the scenes on that. But currently,
unfortunately, it looks like we did use every single one of our ults to secure that point. Right?
Yes, however, the 2 ults on the other side will be that Overdrive and Wu Yang's ult, the Captive Tide, but I don't think it's really going to matter. Portal Runner just shutting us up. All right, man, shut us up, shut us up. Come on, get another one. Get another one if you can, Vendetta. This Vendetta, he will start to hit. And again, those slashes have crits on them. I just realized the slashes have crits.
Yes.
The turret form, throwing out there.
Turret form getting a lot of damage.
Exactly,
Oh
and
my
OP knees, finishing it off. That is how you know this comp is working. If the supports are getting the final hits on them, that's kind of how it goes. Because, again, you could solo with an entire Bastion. But that's just not how it works. You play together and oh my gosh, Portal.
Looks like the Bastion roll is also about to come online. So.
Yeah, 99% on this. They just do not want Portal to play the game right now because they know if he has a blade, things are gonna happen. They're ready. There we go. The ult.
Getting that ult down.
The ult down there, going for the third. He will get one. OP knees will get one before he falls. And Portal Runner will take out that Wu Yang. They did now. Stevenson does swap to the Ramattra, but that's not gonna matter. Portal and Ben combining for another, and now
duo here.
Exactly a good duo. And now I think Marietta firing on all cylinders. Ben, I think he's a little tired of feeling this Genji. He's not gonna get much of anything else though, and I think
to back up a little bit
yeah,
here, just to heal.
rightfully so. He has to use that self-repair again. You see, little arm of the helpful arm. And there we go. That is. The call has been made. Start the fight. OPN's Coalescence has been used, keeping him up. Juggernaut and Portal combined for one. Portal will fall. This ends now. However, this overdrive will be kind of deadly if used correctly. Phase the Sunrise. And that will be one. OPN's and Stout combined for another. OPN's gets one with his ult. And again, you see Juggernaut just a vampire on
Juggernaut is
that.
doing God's work in this match.
Doing God's work. Holy cow. Juggernaut, the vampire. Holy cow. And again, oh, he is I really this is gonna be hilarious. Portal Runner is fighting Hello Kitty right now, getting hacked by the Sombra that they swapped to, and now it's a blade and he's just gonna nope the heck out of there. But I think OPN's is kind of getting jumped from the blade as well. Yeah, Nay does get it out. But Stout Vessel, Ramattra, I don't care, and that will be a huge ult cycle. I'm glad I swapped to Portal's POV, as that's a team and almost team wipe here from the Pioneers. That's what they're waiting for. Ben, Portal, it's a team kill. The board lights up, and Marietta takes control of the third and final flashpoint. I think they have an aggressive brawl comp. They're setting up the kill box. They're waiting for them, baiting them, begging. Portal is just poking, getting out of there, and then when they turn around, oh, there's a whole firing squad ready for them. But this Sombra, I think the Sombra was a switch just to go find Portal. Now that Cass is not banned, they know, and oh, he is still alive somehow, and he will get out of there. Stout will get one though, and I think this is when things will start to falter for that. They do not swap to the Bastion.
They do have both support ult and ram ult, so I'm a bit worried about them on this point here.
Yeah, Stevenson, I don't know if they've realized, but Juggernaut has built back up to this Coalescence, but he will fall. OPN's is out though. OPN's is back in. Ben and Jug do fall. So now OPN's trying to do his best to finish up. He sees this Wu Yang. I don't know if this Wu Yang sees him. Ooh. Yeah, I think he was a little thirsty there. Perhaps taking the gulp of water. Very lethal gulp of water. I want to know what's in that water, because if that's really lethal, is that acid? Maybe microplastics? I don't know. We don't judge in this house. Oh, he spots the Sombra. That's gonna be huge. Now they have knowledge. Knowledge is power after all in many of these games.
They're getting low here, almost a little scary.
A little scary there. The Coalescence might be needed. Will probably be needed to win this fight. Again, there's 3 ults online for Stevenson. I don't know if they just haven't realized it. So the Juggernaut does start this ult, and there will be a counter ult. Then there will be counter ult. The Wu Yang will change the tide. Ben does get one. I keep saying Bean. That's not right. Ben does get one there. Ben does get one. And that will be suffer as he has. No, I think he's gonna suffer as they have. Why did he pop that? Stout just sitting in the corner. Sure, you want to suck my life out? Sure. Let's just sit there with a machine gun. He was sitting in the corner with a Gatling gun. Like, what are you doing? Why are you not holding right click with Ramattra? I know he kind of turned him into.
They're gonna try to touch here just for last point.
Yeah,
I think
Portal.
they're gonna be able to get this.
I don't think they might. I don't think they're gonna be able to touch here. Portal in the back line, raiding, doing some things, getting the 2 spin. He will get 1. And Portal single-handedly, Portal and Ben single-handedly dismantling the entire back line. It's like they never left. It's like they never left. And who will get it? Wow. Nah, we don't really need to see that. But The second map going.
It was a good try for the enemy team, but I think Portal on that Vendetta there was really just the right play for us.
Yeah. What was it? 3-1 final score?
Yes.
Portal on that Vendetta. Again, the new hero swapping. The new hero being kind of a good pick. And again, 3-1 on this new Junk City. So now it is 1-1 from this flashpoint. And again, it's back like they never left. You saw how they activated there. An aggressive
how
ball.
they needed just a little bit of a warm up there, and they got their warm up.
They got their warm up, you know. Maybe a little bit. Maybe that 0-2 was kind of a slap to the face. Very needed. A swift kick in the butt, as we say here. But again, that was very huge. And again, Portal and Ben are back to dismantling backlines. I mean, I don't know what it is with him and Blades, but you put them together, it's a chemical reaction of cosmic proportions. So this is going to be a huge map. And again, close games. Like, this is what we live for as casters, to give the best experience to this audience. So when we come back, it's going to be a map 3. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited. Exactly. It's 1-1. Stakes cannot be higher for this debut. Let's see if they can shake off the rust from last year and rewrite the narrative. All right, so we're back right now, and again, we are waiting for these map picks. Map picks going to be Watchpoint Gibraltar, but they're going to ban Vendetta. And I wonder why. I couldn't, Mackenzie, could you possibly tell why?
No, I just not sure.
I don't know, but we're going to ban D.Va. Obviously, D.Va being a bit of an issue in that first match. Let's just see. That's why, because it is just Gibraltar. Just much like in Apex Legends, though he does not have the Brita. There we go.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And again, a huge shout out to our program director, Droger, for this stream overlay. None of this would be possible without him. So give him big shout outs in this chat. Thank you for everything. And I think things are going to be ready. We are ready. Prod is R. Production is R. Hashtag prod on top. Amen. But again, we're going to come back to this camera in a second. Then there's that score breakdown: 0-2, 3-1. Vendetta being a big thorn in the side of Stevenson, but more of a buff for us. And we were talking about how Juggernaut. You were talking about how last match Juggernaut did a lot on Moira. That's because Moira is kind of the best hero in the game. When the Moira finally decides to start shooting the bad guys,
that's when we start winning.
Exactly, because you don't have to aim. Like, it's just like Moon Knight. I love Moira players. It's the best way to broadcast that you can. But whenever you have a Moira that can play it really well,
you're able to set up a lot.
Exactly, you're able to set up a lot. And of course, that Coalescence just pierces everybody. It heals, it damages, much like Jeff the Landshark's left click. It's just, you have Jeff the Landshark in the form of that, and we're just waiting for things to be ready. So, obviously with the Diva and the Vendetta ban, again, these hero bans I think are good, because they force you to do different comps.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna guess that because they did not ban Kiri, I'm wondering if we're going to go Kiri, or is Jug going to keep... I wonder if Jug's going to keep on Moira. But I feel like for this map, because there's so many angles that you can take, besides Kiri, I think Ana would be a better shot. But again, that's my totally uneducated opinion.
On this map, I'm not sure. I think we're probably going to play the Alari.
Yeah.
OPN's probably going to play the Alari. Probably the Wu Yang.
Wu Yang, Alari. Is that the products are for them as well. So I just kind of feel like if Stout can keep up this Bastion play...
That was really good at Bastion.
Yeah, he's really good at Bastion. If he can just keep that... And again, we even went out and talked to him. The first thing he said was, why are you face-checking... Why are you face-checking a Gatling gun as a Ramatra? Because as Ramatra, I know they made him squishy, but that block can still block a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm literally sitting... I was like, what are you doing? As much as I don't know esports-wise, like the pace of the game, how to go, even I know you don't face-check that, like, as that. And again, Watch Point Gibraltar will be the pick here. Stevenson University and Marietta College, 1-1 for those of you who are just tuning in. An 0-2 start. An 0-2 start for the Pioneers on that first map, but they can back in the next one. So 3-1, 0-2, 1-1 is the totals right now.
We're going for the win for the next two, so we can just end this off early. It would be really nice for our players.
Okay, so we might have a timeout. Oh boy. One of our players accidentally turned off his PC. We good now, we'll get him in for next map. So they're very obviously, chill. Again, a lot of good vibes here. I hate it when that happens. I think we all hate it when that happens. But again, Watch Point Gibraltar. You see this point? Well, they have 3. They have to push it a certain amount. Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
We have audio. You have to push the cart along this path here. There's your second point. All along this path. And you have 3 checkpoints to do it. So, if you are to run out of time on this push map, then it would swap to the other team. So Marietta gets the first chance to push here. As you can see, they're all just kind of vibing in the spawn right now as we take a look at this. And you're right, Juggernaut is back to playing Moira. We're going to have Ben on that Hazard.
Oh, wow,
Portal.
it looks like they're on the Winston on the enemy side.
Yeah, Portal is going to play the Assassin Genji, like he never left. Fighting is the call. And we're going to start there. Oh, that's an Ashe immediately face-checking that. But again, that's one cooldown that is there. And again, that Winston will be calmed, and he's going to start throwing hands with that. Ben is just getting a lot of sustain from there. OPNs has fallen. So I'm thinking that the Juggernaut staying on Moira was more of a comfort pick for them, and they're going to start pushing this point. 15 meters already on it, and again, they're starting to shoot the bad guys. Portal Runner in a bit of a critical situation here. 97%. We'll get that back we'll get all that health back though. And again, they're keeping on this Wu Yang. Stevenson is just kind of sticking with this Wu Yang, which does help. He is a very powerful healer. That face check with the bubble does do that, and they have to back off here. Portal is applying a lot of pressure. He just says no to that, playing tennis there. Sir, this is Overwatch. This is not the US Open. But you know what? He's aura farmed with that ability. I can't really say much. I'm not Portal Runner in that moment. And Juggernaut falls to a headshot from Ashe. Stout in a critical situation. Portal in a critical situation. He's just face checking this. And he will get that. This assault configuration going there. And they need to get on this point. But I also think this Winston is kind of preventing that. Yeah, everybody's kind of preventing that. Now Juggernaut is going
Absolutely just falling apart there.
literally falling apart. I forgot how goofy that is. Just you put the Lego skin on him, and the only thing you can hear is the Lego breaking sound. And they, I can't do it. My voice is kind of messed up. But you know, back up there, Portal. Oof. Portal stopping for a second, stopping the rampage to refill, and now he's back to the rampage again. From there, and again, Ben and Portal face checking. It's just Ben and Portal, and yeah, look at that. It's just Ben and Portal. Ben just standing there. Heal me, please. OP Knees has the captive sun. Next ultimate to get online will probably be the Winston. Face the sunrise. He will throw that out. And now getting one. OP Knees gets one with the captive sun. The explosion dealing the brunt of the damage. OP Knees does take out that Wu Yang. Portal has fallen though. OP Knees, and he formed. He went form. Ben falls to Ash. He used that form. And again, the coalescence. Bob do something. Bob will go out first. And now it's all up to Stout, who will fall. And I think Portal, rightfully so, is just going to back off and reset. Yeah, the second he turned that corner, it's just, oh, hello there. Hey, guys, I think that comment was something like, hey, guys, I found the whole enemy team. They're waiting for us. And, oh, he's going to dash out
jumping
there.
on our Portal here.
Exactly. Jumping out is Portal. Now they are waiting for this, get this going. And hopefully Ben will get something going. Stonebreaker back in it, starting to
A bit of a standstill here. It makes me a little bit scared.
Exactly.
Wu Yang ult coming out.
Wu Yang ult coming out, and I think they wanted to save. The Winston ult for that moment, but I think Winston popped his ult to get a refresh on his health. So Portal at 90% on his blade. 91% on his blade. Stout does have his ult, but I think they're going to wait to cancel it. Reflecting all of that back, and I don't know if they have any perks. Yes, they do have a few perks here. Locking Satellite Vector, that will be the Juno ult being used. The Orbital Ray coming out. Now Stout Vessel does fall finally. Portal waiting for the moment. I think he got caught out. Sewing, and now the blade comes out. He going for one. He gets one. When he has that blade, things should start to happen. He will be able to get that. Juggernaut, Ben, OP Knees, and Portal Runner combining for a 4K. The only one that is left to stew will be that Sojourn.
Barely able to be getting that next checkpoint for the
Exactly.
payload.
But you know what? Better late than never, I suppose. Better late than never, I suppose. That makes it a 1-0. And now, 3 ults online for the Pioneers, no ults online. However, there is a swap on Stevenson. There is a swap to this Ana. Now I think they're getting tired of Portal's antics in the backline. Maybe tell him a little bit of a nap to tell him to chill out. And now he's gonna get out of the way. Oh,
wow, absolutely destroying that Winston's HP.
How did that Winston get out of there? Oh it's just Portal is a wizard who casts Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Your HP is now mine. Like his HP is irrelevant.
Well. Knees and Stout Vessel down.
Yeah.
Ben getting antied here.
Ben does get antied, and again, the sustain. I cannot stress how much Juggernaut has done so much healing. He is so good at this support role, as you can already tell just from the healing alone. About a 3,000 point difference, almost 5,000 point difference between the teams just from Juggernaut alone. And again, the Needler is ready. I call it the Needler. All of you Halo fans in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. And now slashing, jumping on it. Portal is there. This ends now. Ult starting to be used.
We might see a Winston ult here.
Exactly. Okay. Winston might ult here. Ults will be used. LP Knees with that captive sun. Hopefully we'll capture a few people flying around. He will find somebody. And he will get one.
Getting the Sojourn, getting...
OP Knees hits 2 there. And again, Monkey
Winston
Mad.
ult coming on there.
Yeah, Winston ult coming out, and he will fall. But I think it was kind of for better. Bob do something. Juggernaut has fallen. Stout Vessel kills the Ash. Juggernaut does fall to the Bob, though. So now it is just these 2 ults left. Portal is now kind of lurking. Trying to see if he can get something. In the shadows, like a true assassin. True assassin there. Oh my gosh, all of them are there. He finds the whole enemy team.
Getting antied here.
Getting antied. And again, Stout Vessel popping that. Oh, he's gonna try to keep somebody in there. And he will just hit one Sarut Beer right there. 30 seconds remaining. They have to get this payload out. And now, what is this Ana doing? Why is this Ana face checking Ben?
Wow.
Wow. What was that? OPN swapping to the Juno here, and that will be the Nano on there. Unassailable prowess from Juggernaut here, as Juggernaut is doing a lot, you know? There is a Tracer on this enemy team, and I don't know what he was thinking, stepping to Portal.
We need to go in the payload here, else we're going to...
We need to move this payload overtime.
Oh my gosh,
on the payload.
barely being able to get it.
Exactly, overtime on the payload, 4.42 meters. Portal, popping the blade against the Zana, gets the first, trying to go for the second. No, they C9! They C9 the points!
C9 there.
On the 77 meter mark. So now that means that all they have to do, Stevenson, is to press this advantage. 77, they have to get 78 meters. That means that, look at this. This will become...
This is where the final battle will happen.
Exactly. This is where it will happen. And again, same route, pushing the same bumper car, I suppose, or spaceship, whatever. I don't know the Overwatch lore all that much.
You're fine.
And again, it's going to be now swapping the sides. So now it will be Stevenson's turn. Take a turn for the push. So I think they're
the Widow here.
Yeah, they broke. Don't fix it. This Widowmaker is going to be interesting though, especially if the Widowmaker is good.
Portal actually switched to Sojourn as well.
Yeah, Portal does switch to Sojourn, and I'm wondering if that Sojourn pick is more of hit scan versus hit scan here. Maybe guessing, reading that something might happen. And again, that orb that Sojourn has is just constant damage again. And again, a very pokey comp. So it will be interesting to see what happens in this next one.
I am a bit worried. I'm pretty sure the Widow is not going to be a permanent thing. I'm sure they'll switch off the Widow.
Yeah, I think the Widow might be a one and done kind of a character. And again, if they see that Widow, I think they're going to probably be... Yeah, the Widow is immediately pinged out.
Yep, immediately pinged.
Watch out. Hey, don't peek all that much. Same thing as like an operator down main on Dust 2. And again, Stout is getting getting pinched here. Again, they're just setting up this kill box, trying to fight for this single bit of space. Juggernaut... No, Stout Vessel. Ooh, does take a huge bit of... a huge shot there. That's going to be the Tracer getting one, but this Tracer will fall to Jug, who is currently... trying to 1v1 this, trying not really 1v1ing, but applying some damage here. Portal Runner is still out. Portal Runner is still alive. So there's that. Jug and Ben are still alive. He is trying to keep them off this point. Play high ground as much as possible. Force the other team to get away. And Portal is going to take down the tank. That's huge. A good kill
they
from
switched
Portal.
the Genji off Widow.
Yeah, they did swap to this Genji. Oh my gosh, Portal, you cannot do that. You cannot do that.
Putting him down there.
Yeah, putting him down. Kind of putting him down, actually. And again, you see it, the assassin gene that he has. The Widow is not there. I don't know why that ping is still showing Widow, but it will still be, and it will still be there. Portal, OpenE is just trying to keep everybody as much as possible. And again, they're going to have to give up a little bit of space here, backing off so that they can reset and hopefully have a better shot. 77 meters on the second point. Portal in a bit of a sticky situation here, trying to get away from this. Trying to get away from this Tracer. He
I
does
saw Portal get down to 3 HP there.
Yeah, but looking for that. The stick.
Oh no!
He does stay. That was very smart. He stopped moving, and OPN's got away because that stick was a suicide stick, I believe, trying to get a 2-for-1 deal. But Portal was like, "Nah, I don't take those sales. It's buy 2 get 1 free."
Portal hopefully can get back really quickly here.
Yep. Ben does take down that Juno, and now he's just in the corner. Maybe getting 2. The Kiri Suzu. Oh my gosh. That Kiri is 1 HP. Legitimately 1 HP. OpenE's does fall. OpenE's does fall, but Jug, oh my gosh, Jug is doing
Jug is
work.
in there.
Jug is doing work now. He spots the Tracer. Efficient design at work, I guess you could say, from Portal Runner there. At 100% rail charge here. He's trying to find that Tracer or just use something on this rail charge. It's begging to be used. Stout does have his ult here.
We have 4 ults for Marietta College right now.
And no ults. They are up 4 in it. Phase the Sunrise. The Captive Sun gonna go for 2. He will find 1. Won't get much of anything else. Suzu does cancel out, but Ben will start off this little kill cycle. I think the only one that they're going to get is 1, but Portal Runner will take out Mr. Series, who I think was actively pushing the point. They got up really close. Tracer got into the backline and pushing the point a little bit to about 64 meters. It's still possible, though. And that this would be an amazing hold as we approach the 60-second mark. And you can hear that too.
Yep.
The announcer, it's getting close.
Portal almost has his ult
Ultimate.
up, and then we'll have 4. We can definitely hold down this point for
Exactly.
50 more
The
seconds.
overdrive. The Juggernaut pops the first. Ben does get the second. Tear it down. Won't get much of anything else but this Portal.
Oh,
Portal does 1v1
The
it.
alarm.
He is the king of Genji. And he showed a Jug getting out of there and getting back to Portal, who looks for the health pack but won't get much of anything else. But now Ben is still there. They have to wait. They know. OPNEs knows that they have a certain amount of time that they have to wait. I think if it's one more team fight and Marietta can claim this match, there is somebody on the point though. There is somebody on the point. I think Portal does know that. Yeah, he does get one. Portal knowing that Stout Vessel and Juggernaut fall, OPNEs does fall. So I think, yeah, that's going to be a team wipe. They're going to just call the reset there. That was very close though, but they're going to push this point all the way. But I think that reset is more of a tactical decision to change the spawns and have another shot at this. Again, 2 minutes and 25 seconds on this point. They have to stop them before 70 meters. And there's 2 people on this point at all time. But now this is where the space gets a little tighter. The noose will get tighter. The room for error will get little to none. He sees this Tracer and the Tracer will get away scot-free. I think they're just not able to finish the fights. The only ult online right now is Winston and that overdrive. The overdrive. Portal will pop this overdrive.
OPNE is getting taken out here.
Yeah, OPNEs does fall. So, right there, Genji is behind them and he's looking for this. He's getting pushed away. And
Wow, the Winston absolutely just going for them.
yeah, and I think that, again, isolate them from the supports. This Genji, he's waiting for this Genji. And oh, yeah, no, unfortunately, no. OPNEs is the only one to survive that. And I think they're just going to concede that they are going to either have to touch or one of them has to concede.
Yeah, we're going to look to touch here. OPNEs might have to be the first.
OPNEs will look to touch. He does touch there. Stout is swapping to that Tracer. See if he can touch. He will start. He will get there. He will get another one. Touching again. Mr. Sear, Portal Runner does take out that May. Portal Runner falls. And he will just get, yep, that will just be a 2-1, unfortunately. An unfortunate 2-1 there. But they are still alive. So there is still hope for this match right now. Again, we're just going to see what the play of the game is. We don't need that. So, 0-1, 0-2, 3-1, 1-2. Again, close maps. I really don't. The only one that I think the score does justice to is the first one. I mean, again, shaking off the rust, getting back as quickly as they possibly can. And obviously right there, coming back to here, it will be a 2-1 lead for Stevenson. Next time, I believe if they win the next one, they win the whole series.
Yes, this is match point for them, right?
Match point. I mean, what is it without overtime at this place? You know, it's already almost 9 o'clock EST Eastern Standard Time here. So we wouldn't have it any other way, though. I feel like if we start the matches like this, it's just more of things to come. They did go up a division. Their placements went really well. So I'm wondering, because they were talking about putting in Stonebreaker, that's going to, again, shake it up. Map bans, hero bans, and then subbing in Stonebreaker. So I'm excited to see what's going to come from this map for, I don't know about you, Mackenzie, but I'm
excited.
I know. A few good plays from Portal and Ben. You saw the way that they were playing together. The synergy is starting to come together. The DNA is starting to be put together. And then I'm very interested to see what's going to happen in this map 4. So please do not go away. More exciting action on the way. And let's see if we can make it a 3. Let's see if we can make it 2-2, you know?
We got that.
Amen. Back here as we get into Colosseo is going to be the next map. A band. The bands were coming in, which will be Reinhardt. Obviously, Reinhardt kind of a staple on Colosseo with this push map being the way that it is. And again, Colosseo will be the pick. Reliving the glory days with New Junk City, with Ilios, with Colosseo. I would not be surprised if the last map might be. It would be interesting if the last map will be Kings Row, because we have a good record on Kings Row. And yeah, no. Again, a lot of friendly chatter going on here, asking about why Stonebreaker, one of our players, is the name that it is.
That's his last name, so.
Yeah, Tanner. And again, very.
Oh no, they banned the Bastion.
They banned Bastion. Hold on, let's see if we can. We're just trying to see if Stout was going to have a reaction to that.
It's
I don't know
just
about
silence.
that.
Well, he plays Sojourn as well.
He does play Soldier. So maybe we're going to see, because they did not ban the Vendetta.
Oh.
Play whatever you want was
He
the act.
sounds
Oh gosh.
heartbroken.
Oh gosh. Why did I actually imitate that very
You
well?
did it very well.
Okay, we're not going to do that again. Sounded like Roz there. But interestingly enough, the Vendetta is not banned. So, will we see Portal go one of his two bladed repertoire? Will it be Vendetta or will it be Genji? I think that Genji might not be the best. I feel like Genji is going to be the better pick. But I also feel like Vendetta might be.
I haven't seen Portal play Vendetta on.
Exactly. Yeah. So, very, very good tip for anybody who's streaming. Make sure that the door is shut to the room before you start talking, because yikes. That could, again, even though we don't have soundproofing, still could hear some things, And again, I will say, I keep forgetting to say this, and I'm going to get yelled at by our director. We are on a 3-minute delay for competitive integrity. That is like something that we are ingrained into our skulls that we were supposed to say in the beginning. But when you get into it, you kind of forget to do it. And again, so everything that's happening, we'll see 3 minutes from now. You guys will see 3 minutes from now. But again, Colosseo being this map pick is going to be ready. Prod is R for the other team. We are ready here. And I think they are ready as well. The ready checks will start to come in. So, fighting.
This is very.
Exactly.
Yep.
There is the goal of 2-2, make it 2-2.
There we go.
They're waiting for this 2-2. They want it so badly, and I think we all do want it as well. And again, no unknown why the cameras aren't working. Still have to work out a few kinks and bugs. But it's not a Marietta College stream without some stuff.
Yep.
I mean, we've always had R6 always having the rehost, but that's just because Ubisoft makes their games off of a tape and hopes and dreams. Anyhow, enough about that. This is a push map. I'm pretty sure anybody knows it. There's our good little friend. We're going to call him Adam. If you all know the Real Steel reference, y'all are real ones. But Adam here is going to push either the blue or the red all the way up to this side. So Marietta, depending on where we spawn, they are going to have to...
Oh, they go for the Vendetta this time.
Exactly. Double Vendetta. Stout is going to play the Freya as well, which I was surprised did not come out earlier. Open Ease is going to play this. Open Ease and Juggernaut, the support duo, playing, again, Moira, Ilari, and Ben will play this Zarya. So, actually, no. Hello Kitty swapping off of the Vendetta for this Sojourn. Again,
Last second.
Yeah, last second. I'm wondering if that's just because of the different angles that can happen here.
And it looks like Portal did end up going for the Vendetta instead of the Genji.
Vendetta over Genji, I think, will be better for this. Ben already taking a few shots, but as the tank, he kind of tanks the more of the damage here. The robot, it will unlock in about a few seconds, and Stout, already taking a few shots there. Open does lose his pylon, his healing pylon, so that's going to be a little bit there. He's going to start jumping. He's going to get out of there. The bubble will not be as effective, and he has to get out of there. He does get out of there. Going for that health pack. Again, going for the health pack. He's waiting for it. 3 meters on this robot for the other team. The portal still in there. Bubble has cracked.
Kiwi Tiri is out.
Yep.
Oh, whoa.
Nay does get it.
Out.
Kiri does TP away, but so does this Tracer and this Monkey. He falls. Oh gosh, excuse me. This Winston falls. Ben, but at the cost of Stout Vessel and OP Knees. Oh, I think he's forgetting he's on support here because holy cow, what a big pick from him. Again, the picks coming through in time, and now Portal Runner and Stout. Portal Runner actually is a little bit ahead of the game here. Usually plays ahead of the game, kind of out on an island. Stout does have to get back though as soon as possible. Now Portal is going to throw that blade. He sees it. He's going to try to do it. We'll block it. Not much of anything else there. He will fall out there. And again, right there, he's looking for it. He says, Hello Kitty has kind of been his problem. He says, goodbye, Kitty. One says goodbye. One says hello. One says goodbye. And now they have to push this robot. Ben still pushing this robot as much as they possibly can. Portal does get a pick. And again, it's small picks that will get there. OP Knees does save Moira. Does save Jug there. The Captive Sun now in his repertoire. The Captive Sun now ready to be used. And besides the Tracer Pulse Bomb, which at that point I don't really call that an ultimate. I call that just another part of the K with how fast it charges. Portal in this. Oh gosh, Portal is in it deep, in the thick of it, pushing them back, and that's what you do. Excuse me. He takes a flank route. OP Knees does just punch this Tracer, and I think he's not going to be able to solo the Winston, but I think he's just kind of doing
that Winston back off though. Really big for him.
Exactly, really big. Double support ults online for this, and the first one will be used. Juggernaut will start to use his ult. Hopefully, we'll get one. Portal Runner does get one. Stout Vessel falls. But Portal Runner does have the Vendetta ult. Juggernaut and Portal Runner combine for another one. OP Knees does fall, though. Falling, bodies falling. Marietta tightening the noose around, and Portal Runner has to get out of there, and he barely does, but won't be without a little bit of damage there, and they will get on the robot here. And now Ben is just kind of stuck. I think he's just going to, he resets there to get back to this point. I thought Portal Runner was going to get out of there kind of scot-free. They're just going to ready. They're getting ready, and I think the call is to start off with OP Knees' ult. If he can, unless this Tracer can push him out of position, which I think is what they're going to go to. Captive Sun, and the Fox has been used. Captive Sun will get one. Portal Runner is stuck in this corner right now. Portal Runner is stuck in this corner. Juggernaut and OP Knees, they get him. Will he get another one? He calls for a reset. And I think that will happen. A team wipe from the Pioneer.
They used both ults there, I see. They used Kyrie ult, and they also used Sojourn ult.
Yes, but now the orbital ray is still online. So this one.
Did we hit that checkpoint?
I think we were legitimately about a meter off. Maybe 5/10 of a meter off. I don't know. This isn't iRacing for sure, but tenths still do matter. Stout will do that. Stout will use his bolus shot, locking satellite vector, and that forces out the ray early. Portal Runner looking for it. He's going to get a huge double. That is a huge double. That is one support down, and now he keeps going for this, and he will fall though, unfortunately. But not without a good pick there. He does send it back, and OP Knees sends the Curie back to the spawn room. So now Stevenson has to move back. Stevenson is forced to move back and wait for their supports to come in, as it would be ill-advised for them to just run it, just raw dog it. That's never what you want to do. This Winston is there. Juggernaut and Stout are in the immediate danger of something happening. Juggernaut having to play his life a little bit. Portal Runner in a bit of a sticky situation. He will fall, though. OP is staying alive by some miracle, and I think that miracle has a name. His name is Juggernaut. And again, OP Knees.
Maybe not there for the same fate.
Yeah, unfortunately, at Juggernaut and OP Knees, they do fall. That is double supports out, though. And now he has to touch point. Ben having to touch. But there are two ults. The Graviton Surge and the Coalescence online for the Pioneers. So this might be an engage where things could start to happen. As you can see, Portal just getting out and waiting for something. I don't think he's going to find anything else, though. OP Knees already getting a little bit of a damage there. Already on crit. And there's an ult. Juggernaut's ult being used, trying to keep as much on as much damage on this tank as possible. Not gonna get much of anything else. But Portal in a sticky situation, and Ben has to use it. It just has to use it. 32, 64, and he's not gonna be able to get that, as he is unfortunately gonna get pushed out by this Juno. But this Juno down, Curie dies. Stout Vessel claiming the life of the Kiriko. The bolus shot missing. That's the second bolus shot he's missed, and I think that's going to be lapsed. They have to fix that if he's going to continue to play this Freya. missing both bola shots is not a good thing. Not even getting chip damage on it. There was a touch there. I don't think it was from Portal. Portal is touching this point. And OP Knees will use the Captive Sun here. Well, hopefully not going to get much. Portal does take one down, though. So that is kind of something that's going good in the corner, and somebody is getting chased down. OP Knees falls. Stout Vessel takes out Hello Kitty. And now it's all in. This Kiri is down. Portal, Ben, Stout combined for 4. And the robot is back in our possession. However, Stevenson has the Fox. The Fox and Orbital Ray out. So now you have a situation here where Marietta has no ults and Stevenson has 2 ults that could basically sustain them through anything that could happen. But I've seen Marietta make something out of nothing before. So I would not be surprised. He hoping it just falls. And I think he's starting to realize just the difference of health that you have, and he's waiting for cooldowns. Ben does fall to the Kiri, and Portal does get his ult. Stout, oh! A turnaround bola shot! Holy cow, a turnaround bola shot from Stout Vessel. And I think if this map comes as a win, that's gonna get clipped. That is gonna get clipped. That was a flick. That was like an instinct from him, and now he's sitting on this. Now Portal is sitting on this health pack. He's waiting. He's waiting for it.
We are still ahead of the game right now.
By 1 meter, if anything. Portal runner. It's still, hey, a meter is still a meter. A meter is still a meter. We are still ahead. We are still getting there. High ground has been gained. Ben does take out the Tracer, so that's something. They're waiting for the call, waiting for what's going to happen. Now Portal runner pops in, pops out, looking for something. I don't think he's not gonna overstay his welcome here. I think that's very smart. He does not overstay his welcome. Portal is the only one with his ult. Besides the Kiri. They took the robot. Portal does use his ult here. He's trying to get somebody out, and he will get one on the fall down. Kiri does fall. So that means the Fox is out. The Fox Rush is out. I don't actually remember what the ult is called, but I just call it Kitsune Rush. There it is, Kitsune Rush. Portal has to get out, and now Stout is ready for something. OP Knees does have ult. Juggernaut has ult. So there are 2 ults here. Then we're going to use this double ult here, and you cannot, but the unmatched power of the sun and the wise words of a certain character, Portal Runner, running the back line. Holy cow, in and out like he has a portal gun. That is so
beautiful.
That is beautiful, but in the wise words of a certain Baldur's Gate 3 character, well, there's clearly a limit somewhere in between a cool summer's day and the full concentrated power of the sun. OP Knees pulling that whole power against them, and we're going to push this robot farther and farther. And now, in the middle of it, in the thick of it, Ben, Portal, holy cow, Juggernaut and Portal Runner, you see that, and it's like every Freya's dream, but I don't think it's going to be all for naught. No, it's not going to be all for naught. Ben now claims the life of one. Maybe we'll claim the life of another if he can get onto this robot. He's looking for it. Ben is still on this robot. He's touching. 20 seconds remain. He has to keep him off. The whole team comes. Here comes the cavalry. But not much else. And I think this is a smart move from the Pioneers. Calling Ben off. He looked like he wanted to overheat. I could see it in the way he was posturing with the character. He wanted to overheat. Oh, he sticks the Tracer with that bola shot. That's huge. And blocking satellite vector. Overtime on this point. They wasted the ult. They do swap to Sigma at the last second. A very late swap from Stevenson. There we go. Juggernaut. Yeah, Portal on the back line. Jug gets one, and now looking for it. Okay, he gets out of there. Stout does take one down, though. And he will be, but unfortunately, will be.
Almost C9ing there for the
yeah, but I think they do. I think they will. The Tracer has to touch. This Tracer does have to touch. And he's looking for it. He will get it. The team wipe.
2-2.
The team wipe. And they make it 2-2. Holy cow.
Oh my god.
Holy cow. I don't know what is gonna. I actually am very interested to see Portal Runner
Yay!
Gets play of the game with that sword. Assassin nature. in it. The assassin nature in him. He gets the one. And oh no, Tortle getting 2 on the slam there. I know that was very much something that was a sight to see. I don't know what's going to end first, this match or my voice.
Oh yeah, you're listening to it a little.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what you get when casting. Again, I do not see these scores that you are seeing right now for the map breakdown. They do not do it justice, just how hard both players and teams are fighting. And I actually think that this fight, we are going up against a really good opponent. It's pushing people. We've seen a generational performance from Ben. We've seen a generational performance from Stout Vessel, and now a generational performance from Juggernaut. I didn't think he could get any better with that mortar, but you just saw it right there. Sustained Portal through that whole backline rush and the play of the game. And I think that, and I actually really do think that you see that. And it's just, this is Overwatch. This is what they are known for. So I'm very interested to see what will happen in this map 5. They're going to take it all the way. Always in overtime with R6, always in overtime with Overwatch 2. And I don't think we'd have it any other way. So when we return, hey, it's map 5 on the cards. Do not go anywhere for this absolutely cinematic match. Alrighty there. Now we can speak without actually being muted. So, the bands come in. The pick Eichenwald, the map. Obviously, we were kind of discussing it in the booth. We wanted to go Kings Row, but as of late, we haven't been exactly good on it. We know that we've had generational performances on it. I mean, look at last year. But the bans were also in. Zarya has been banned from Stevenson. You know, they're forcing Ben off of that Zarya. That has been problematic. And OPNs, our ban will be Juno. It's, again, 2 target bans. And again, this is why the ban system works. This is why R6 is so fun to watch sometimes, because of those bans phases. The targets that you can do. You don't like something, get it off of them. You know, they were being bullied by the Zarya. So Zarya is out of here. Unfortunately, so is Juno. They have walked up to them and said, "You're out, guys. You've been banned." For no reason other than they're just doing too much. So the map's obviously Eichenwald. And look at that, a full lineup tonight. I was not expecting to. Considering this match was originally supposed to be at 10 p.m., but then got rescheduled to 8. I was not expecting to go all 5, so it looks like we're still going to go to 10 p.m.
Yeah, it looks like we are, which I would rather be than a 10 to 12. So.
Exactly, 10 to midnight. Yeah, that's not fun. But you know what? It's tomorrow's Saturday, so we can all
I guess that's true.
But at the same time, I do understand that people are that. So, we are ready there, just talking a little bit. We're just going to put in the chat that we are ready. Prod is prob. We are not prob. We're not a problem.
We're probably ready.
Yeah, I mean, we are probably ready. But we in the booth we are in the booth probably ready. They're ready. The energy is high right now. They know that the energy is high. They know what is on the line here. They know that it needs to be a 32. It needs to be a statement start. Because Stevenson is not exactly a pushover. I was looking over some of their other games that they've had in past years. Yikes, man. The fact that we are lasting this long against them is a testament to our team. And I also think, again, because they've had time to get a little better with each other, even in this match, we've seen improvements. We've seen people having to, move around, swap off heroes, not really play mystery heroes, but play different things than what we would know. The fighting call has been made. We are entering Eichenwald. Now traveling to Eichenwald. Hybrid map here, the hybrid. So
Eichenwald is a hit or miss for us so far.
Exactly. But
either love it or you hate it.
Exactly. Either love it or you hate it. So, the first thing you have to do is you have to capture all 3 checkpoints on this point, and then you have to push it all the way
to the door, and then wait, and then
wait for a second, and then all the way to the castle. Breach the castle, get to the castle.
I believe we will be pushing.
Yeah, and I think he's
first.
We're probably I think we are pushing first. Yes, as you can see, the scoreboard is away, but just much like this suit of armor, we are just kind of chilling right now. I think that's kind of the.
They're on the Echo.
Yeah, the Echo. So the lineups right now, as we will be keeping an eye on this suit of armor so it doesn't move. It will be Echo, Echo Cassidy. So said Winston. Excuse me. Echo Cassidy. Orisa, thank you. Wu Yang and Kiriko for Stevenson, and for the Pioneers, we have Stout and Porterunner, the DPS duo, running that Bastion and Vendetta. Ben will go back to Hazard and OPNs and Juggernaut, going back to the Kiri Moira. Thank you.
You're fine.
This is why it is always good to have a co-caster, because when one of us has a brain fart, the other one can pick up. So, again, this is where it happens. The first bit of pressure being shown. There we go. Just making sure we have sound.
The Echo actually, I'm pretty sure got a buff last round. Echo is really, really good right now with that flight accuracy.
Exactly.
Being able to move. Oh wow, Vendetta already in there.
Vendetta, we got Portal already on the point, and he's gonna go find that health pack, because that's kind of how he plays. That's how Portal plays. Stout does fall immediately though. That's how he plays. He plays for health packs. Yeah, he's hindered. Ooh.
Wow.
That's a quick. Yeah, it's a team.
Being able to get that
team
Kiri
right.
though.
And again, Porterunner though does take out the Kiri, so it's not like it was a complete team wipe for nothing. Maybe a 4 to, not exactly a good deal. We're taking probability and discrete. We should probably remember this, but anyhow. Boraita's life swap off of Portal. He's currently jumping. Ben climbing up. No wall is safe from him. Looking for just a little bit of that contact. Playing up. Pushing up. And I think that maybe the Solari was not the best idea. Stout does take out the first though.
Bastion for him.
Yeah, Bastion going into the form. And fortunately, yeah, things are not gonna be they're not gonna be face checking that. And they're gonna get onto this point. Oh gosh, shish kebab, but not without a little bit of punishment. Portal and Jug combining for 2 kills. And he just no.
Wow, absolutely staggering their line, by the way.
Oh my gosh, Juggernaut, the vampire that he is, and Portal just constantly in Genji blade, it feels like. Doesn't matter what blade he has, he's just going to be an assassin like Genji.
Able to capture that payload.
Yeah,
Now
they will.
the push.
Now they're going to start the push here. OP knees and Portal runner. Portal trying to jump that, Juno. He won't get away though. And now that Echo, he can fight the Juno, but does not mess with that Echo. There are just a few things. Oh my gosh, OP is just currently getting absolutely touched right now.
Tapped by like 3 people.
Yeah, tapped by like 3 people, and now Stout Vessel is on this point, still pushing, trying to not die, not get crit. That Wu Yang, he can curve that water. It's Avatar of the Way of Waters for sure. Oh boy, 4 alts online for Stevenson. It might be a 5 alt. If Stevenson uses 5 alts, then this would be kind of in our favor as well. In our favor, that would be alts offline for them. And OP knees, a huge bit of damage there, but we'll get back there. Ben, we'll start with first contact. Oh, Have they even checked Portal? Yeah, they just did, I think. And Portal just, lurking in the catacombs, lurking in the shadows where he can. 5 ults online. And there's the first one. First ult comes out. Second one comes out. The dupe comes out here.
Wow.
And oh my gosh, Portal does have this. He's looking for that, but he won't get it. Juggernaut takes it from him, and I think Portal's like, okay, he Hulk smash. Won't get much.
Not getting one.
Yeah, not gonna be able to get that. But again, that is an almost out. Oh, he gets away. He knows that he's very lucky to be alive. Oh gosh, he just gets absolutely sniped out of the air. And again, Ben, they push the payload a little bit more forward though. So, but on the bright side, that Kitsune Rush is out. Kitsune Rush is out for Stevenson.
Echo.
Yeah, Dupe is out. Oh, he gets all of them. He's just gonna face check it there. Take it, face check it, tank
Getting
it.
all 5 stickies is always very satisfying.
Yes, especially when you hear that noise too.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Do they know that Portal is quietly creeping up? No, but Stout Vessel's certainly gonna create some disruptions here, and he will get one. So that is the Wu Yang, the one with the ult is out. Ben takes out another. Ben takes out that other one. Now, if they can get one more ult out, this would be a good trade. He does get shish kebab though, so he has to back off. OP knees takes out Hello Kitty. Portal runner takes out Rubier. I don't know. Carry either way is still a kill. Good kill from Portal. Good kills. Waiting for this. 2 on there, 3 on there, and he will get absolutely knocked off here. Ben now just waiting for this. Portal trying to engage, but will rightfully so back out.
We have Hazard over here.
Exactly. And now Stout, I think, used that assault form. Oh, he's waiting. And there you go. Tear it down. Needle are not going to get much by Amore. And that was a huge Suzu from, oh my gosh, 2 ults. Now, no ults are online, but that was a huge Suzu from OPNs.
Wow, that was 3 ults.
Yes.
Cassidy ult, Orisa, and Wayang ult.
But now that Cassidy ult is out, oh gosh. Stout is caught. You could hear it. They were running for their lives there. Oh my gosh. I swapped to OPNs' point of view, and the only thing we see is 4 stickies. Just stickies right there. Portal now looking for it, trying to
think I'm gonna make it up all the way.
But I think that was for good. I think he's still just gonna turn that into something. I think that's one of the things that that Portal does well. Even though there's nothing there. Oh, he's on point!
Backcapping here.
He's on point. What is he doing? What are they doing? Oh no! And he's gonna get one on the slam. He's gonna get 2. Juggernaut using his ult. The coalescence coming out. He has to keep up this sustain. The Orisa goes golden for it. No amount of gold can save him from that. Echo will get absolutely destroyed. Duplicate does nothing, but Portal does everything for this match. Juggernaut, generational performance. And I think that was a moment you have to think Stevenson might have fallen asleep at the wheel there. He probably snuck behind. You know how he loves to flank. And I think he caught Stevenson asleep at the wheel just at the right time, too. Portal has the instincts of a veteran player, and it shows even now. But even then, OPN's using the Kitsune Rush, and everything will get a little quicker here. They have to push. The May does come out for Stevenson, so their whole part is to do that. Ben popping in, doing a lot here. Juggernaut getting another one. Ben, Juggernaut, excuse me, Jug, Stout. They get a team kill, and Marietta, a statement team kill to cap the point, and Ben just keeps them out. What a wall! What a wall from Ben. He still gets the kill.
That was an insane
I'm sorry,
round.
what?
That was a crazy round. Absolutely amazing from our Pios.
How do you? Okay, I have to swap back to the camera here for a second because the look on my face. I got two questions for you, Stevenson. How do you, one, fall asleep at the wheel, and then two, throw so hard at that last point that you die to Hazard Wall? Hazard Wall does 10 damage. What is it? This is what happens when it goes all the way. We see performances like this. Juggernaut putting on an absolute masterclass of Moira. An absolute masterclass. And as you can see right there, Ben already on this point. So, now we have to prepare.
Sorry, honestly, it was sort of like a switch from the first map that we did absolutely just rolling through them.
I bet they kind of hit the, we're just joking, you know? All right, now it's our turn. Like, our turn now. It's our turn, brother. They got their few, Stevenson got their few licks in. They're just like, all right, there's no way they're going to go back.
It looks
Marietta
like Stevenson also swaps to the Moria, maybe trying to copy our backline.
A little bit, yeah, I'm wondering. But there's also that Vendetta and that Orisa. Orisa has a button where you just hit it and become immortal.
Yep.
But again, that was huge from them to do that, to get that out. And again, first contact from Stout and Ben being that front DPS line. Let's go. So having a bit of audio issues here, but we're fine here. It's working now. Just had to make sure. Let's make sure that is on. Okay, Portal Runner and Ben getting a huge Suzu there. Stout falls. Stout does get one. Stout gets another though. From together, Vendetta's down. They're trying to jump this Kiri. And yeah, no, they have them cornered, and they're just gonna back out again. Portal not overstaying his welcome. Again, those instincts. You saw it. He saw them back out and immediately canceled what he was doing. Got the heck out of there. The instincts that some of these players have are insane, and I'm going to give a lot of credit to Coach Argo for that. Though he's drilled them so much into that. Our Portal Runner, that is very true. That is very true, Metal Mouth. Our Portal Runner, waiting for his castle. That's the hole. That's a brawl, and Portal Runner will be the first one. Why are you that close into a character that has such range with a sword? Holy cow.
We're almost getting picked here as well. Oh my goodness.
Holy cow, Stout taking the Orisa down. What is this? It's like a switch has been flipped. Marietta is firing on all cylinders. Normally we are navy blue and white. Normally we're navy blue, but tonight we're white hot. Holy cow. Aggro, the aggressive, the alt coming out there, the aggressiveness call from OPNs, alt being used, and Ben falls, and I think maybe they just kind of got a little overzealous, although right as I say that, Stout just trying his best. OPNs and Juggernaut are still left, so double support are still on the line here for that, and I think, yeah.
They give up point here.
They will give up point, and I'm wondering if, and you can hear that as well from OPNs, that maybe the aggression call was a little early. Maybe they should have waited to have the hazard alt coming down.
There are 4 alts online right now for Stevenson.
Yeah, Stevenson. The Orisa Juggernaut. I see more right. I immediately think Juggernaut. Coalescence, Kitsune Rush. For both teams are online. The Orisa and Deadeye will be there. And what is? Oh my gosh!
Overextending here with the Orisa.
Yeah, overextending. There we go. The Orisa ult will be used. Kitsune and Jug will start using this. And now he's just chasing after this Kiri, who's waiting. Trying to get away this Kiri. Yeah, OPNs and Portal Runner putting that down immediately. You get out of position against us. Ooh, no. getting out of position in Overwatch is one of the worst things that you can do. Just like Marvel Rivals, I played Jeff the Land Shark. I would know a lot about getting out of position, especially when that getting out of position means you're sent back to the spawn room. I basically was playing a spawn room simulator. So, oh my gosh,
It looks
Portal,
like
what
Stevenson
is that?
actually almost has 5 ults
Yeah.
online.
They will have 5 ults now. That is a huge bit there. Bring in the rain, and that's gonna, that was a huge Suzu though, so that's gonna get nothing. But this Vendetta, Portal's just kind of chilling, saying hi to this Vendetta, and the Vendetta will get immediately shut down by OP knees. He does miss it, and now Ben taking out the Juggernaut. Portal Runner in the corner looking for it. Portal Runner does have this ult available. So will he use it? I don't think so. Not yet, anyway.
Oh, really great Curie.
That Suzu was huge. Portal getting another one. Ben getting Mr. Serious right there. And I think, yes, the Genji will be there, stopping the payload. Trying to get that. Ben and Portal are just in the thick of it right now. In the absolute thick of it, trying to get out something, anything, and it's going to be turned into a song that will be sung for the ages as Portal Runner with a blade and a dream.
Beautiful.
With a
Wow.
3K.
I need you to look how many ults that the enemy team used right there.
All of them, and I think, there's going to be a swap to Malga.
Wow.
Only one ult online, and that is that High Noon. Only one ult online. Portal Runner with a song, a dream, a song that will be sung throughout the halls of this school. Holy cow. And now they will see the Curie. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? The Curie does not want the smoke, but now we have another ult online. That will be Portal Runner using this blade, and he will miss, unfortunately. But I think that was for the better, actually. Where it put him actually ended up in a better situation. He doesn't need the ultimate to kill. We'll get another one. Juggernaut and Stout Vessel do fall. So now it's only down to OP knees, Ben, and Portal. Stout Vessel falls. Portal now back in the game. And right now, Portal and Ben combining. Look at that. This is what we mean by this is why.
Run away.
Yeah, this is why Curie is so good. This is why Curie is such a good support. You saw how long they were alive. They should be dead to rights.
Wow, it's like a switch has been flipped. Suddenly we have 4 ults here instead of
Exactly. And this is where the stand happens. Under a minute and a half to go.
I'm calling for Curie ult here, probably.
Curie, we'll probably go Curie,
Yep,
yes.
Curie
Stout. Curie and this barrage will be pushed into each other. OP knees, not overstaying is welcome. Portal will have that. Ben will not be able to use this all, I don't think. At Juggernaut, Portal, Stout, and this scoreboard is lighting up. Just holding that guard, getting out of there. Ben with the lead duck. You three. Jumping from the 3-point line to dunk on the enemy team. The tomahawk slash there. Holy cow. Welcome to the jam, everybody.
We still have 2 ults online here, a support ult and our tank ult.
Exactly. And this is a hype first match. All these matches have been so quick, and you can hear it. The comms, very quick, very short, very quick, and now
we're running behind them all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, he's looking for it, hindered, and he will fall.
No.
However, that was just because all 5 just literally looked at 4. 4 people looked at him at the same time. Juggernaut getting, again, a generational performance from Juggernaut. I cannot say so much about that. Portal and Stout. Portal is back in the game now. He has to get out of there as quickly as possible. Now, OP knees in a bit of a sticky situation. Chooses himself, looking for the Sojourn. Juggernaut takes down Sojourn here. A perfect there. Waiting for it. They Ajax the ult. For those of you that are not familiar with the terminology, an Ajax is when an ult is used and they die immediately after. Ben, the cage fight having to be used, and Ben has to die on this point. So now it will be an overtime brawl for the Pioneers. On this final point, I actually do not know where Portal is.
We might be
Portal.
Stout Vessel ult here.
Probably. We might be using the configuration assault once he gets back into this game. I think he will. They have to touch this point.
Oh, Maga is just in there in our backline.
Maggie's in there in the background, pushing them back. Portal does have his ult. So, I'm wondering, will it be used? I don't think so, but Stout will start to use his ult.
Portal just uses his ult.
Portal's using his ult. We'll get nothing, but Portal will get nothing. Stout will get something. It's High Noon. They now have to stay out of there. OP knees does fall, but OP knees is the only casualty from that out. Juggernaut going in. Juggernaut is still alive. Portal and Juggernaut combine for a team wipe, and Marietta wins the match here. A team wipe, a switch flipped, and a complete reverse sweep on this map. 3-1.
Yes.
3-1 here. We do not need to see that final play of the game. But holy There we go.
Okay,
there we go. Holy cow. What the heck? From the dunk on...
I'm gonna go ask him.
Yeah. From the dunk on the absolute tomahawk jam from Stout Vessel, you can hear it. They are hyped. They are ready for this. What a statement start after so many question marks coming into this semester from the generationally poor performance last year. I think they kind of just have completely nullified any question marks, rewrote the narrative. Holy cow, this has never been a hyper match. And again, I'm going to put up this map screen. We don't play Gibraltar or Ilios all that often. Those are the only two maps that we lost. New Junk City, Colseo, and Eichenwald, 3-1, 1-0, 3-1. We are ready, and we are so ready for this season. And you know what we won? As tradition, it's time for an interview. So once we return, the interview. When we return. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. As per customary, interview with Opinies. You're proud of this team, man. I mean, like, you see the score, 0-2 start, 3-1, 1-2, and then just to take it all the way from there. I mean...
It wasn't even a pretty 0-2 start. I mean, it was bad. That was probably the worst game we've ever played.
But in the end, it's still a 3-2 win. What did you guys, especially with the performance last semester, a lot of question marks in the air, what did you guys like really focus on over these practices?
I mean, definitely finding like Ben Morris being our tank again. He always, the fall semester, he plays football. Spring semester, he's here for esports. I mean, he's a very dedicated tank. He puts like 300 games in every single season. So, I mean, having that tank was really good and really like focusing hard on like what the meta is. I mean, when Vendetta came out, that really shifted the meta and being able to like kind of utilize that for going forward.
Exactly. Really, and the shift from DPS to support, I mean, was it a struggle at first? Because there is a bit of a difference between 225 health versus, you know.
Yeah, well, most of the DPS characters I play was up 225 HP. I mean, it's a little bit of a learning curve because I have to like play a little bit more in the LOS on my tank, but I mean, Kiriko's a glorified DPS. I mean, I'm only playing the DPS support, so really I'm just back home.
Exactly, and even then, some really great Suzus, getting him out of Arisa's ult, and a few other ones, to just name a few in Eichenwald itself. And of course, Juggernaut having a generational performance on Moira, Stout Vessel finally coming back into the starting lineup and having such a great match as he did, and then Portal playing that Vendetta like he's never left Genji. I think it all kind of came together in the end. The synergy really was there, and I mean, it ended in a 3-2 win. So
through blood, sweat, and tears, ended in a 3-2 win.
A lot of sweat and probably a threat of laughs from our day. And I could hear Derek. You know, I think you guys helped.
We were having a great time out there. I mean, it was awesome. And
great time, grand old time.
I hope we don't have to go 3-2 every single game. Hopefully, we get some 3-0s for us. We get to win 3-0s.
The mental, man. But again, the perseverance, the mental toughness that it takes. You guys been to LANs as well, if I'm not mistaken. You guys been to LANs, so you understand what it means to as a team. I mean, this team is legitimately the best. Now, all I do have to highlight though, that play on Eichenwald, Ben jumps from the free throw line and just Like, I said a Leduc 3, man. Like, holy cow. That was a jump, a generational leap. I was like, there's no way, just bam.
Yeah,
I mean, a generational performance from all your players. Do you really think that this tough match kind of pushed them past a ceiling that maybe they didn't even know existed?
I mean, definitely the first map kind of showed we were kind of sleepy going in. Maybe thought it would be a little bit easier because I mean, last semester we were in a two lowers division. We're in Division 7. Now we're in Division 5. So I mean, we're definitely punching above our weight here as we're going up 2 divisions. Definitely kind of an awakening. Like these guys know how to play the game.
They know how to
we gotta lock in. We can't like be sleepy here. We gotta focus. And I mean, after that first map, we kind of like kicked it in gear and really locked in and started winning.
Exactly. And speaking of sleeping, poor runner getting that backline cap, though caught Stevenson sleeping, but can't say enough about him. Can't say enough about your team. Thank you for coming into the booth today for this interview, and thank you guys, all 13 viewers, for joining us today in this 3-2 grinded out victory for your Overwatch, for your Marietta Pioneers Overwatch team. We're gonna go 1-2 this week.
Nice.
Specifically 1 win, 2 losses. So join us next week on Monday at 7, I believe, for the Counter-Strike 2 match versus our first Counter-Strike 2 match of the new year. So thank you guys so much for coming, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
See you.